Yesterday's last.
Yeah, I already posted it into the Google Doc.
Oh,
Yes.
oh, it's in the Google Doc. Okay.
Yeah. Um, uh-huh. Jason. I don't know what he's doing.
Maybe he fell asleep.
Yeah, maybe. Hey, did you dream about it, everybody? Okay, so what I wanted to kind of start with was just kind of, I did 2 copies. And so I'm just trying to fine tune the second one. So I don't know if you guys, like, I feel like you kind of can't overwork it. I mean, you can't to a degree, but this is such a great time to really put in layer and layers and layers of the different brushstroke sizes and colors. Like, have you put blue into it yet? That's the color I'm working with right now, are the blues.
I am.
That's right here. And then what would you like? I don't know, what should I have here? Yeah, anything you want.
So I noticed you didn't bring your bushes like up as high as the original.
I haven't yet. That's what we were gonna do today. So I wanted to get the background all done, because I feel like you kind of have one shot. Like if I go up into here and I mess up,
Yeah,
you gotta have the background done first. Well,
gotcha.
so I'm gonna be working on that.
So I haven't listened to the recording from yesterday. I'm assuming that you started with like the dark, like putting in the
Yes.
limbs first.
Yep. Yep. So I just put in all the dark gives it the depth, and I like to always mix dark black with like a dark blue or some other color, so it has more than just black. But there are times when I will go just to black. Like, seems like she kind of does have just some black all by itself, but usually I'm mixing it with a blue. I like that.
Okay.
And just kind of really being free with the brush. That's what I wanted to learn from her. Her name's Jennifer. But learning how to just be free with the way you're stroking. Just how messy. Just love it.
Is you're painting on kind of like illustration board then?
Yeah, it's like this masonite board kind.
I've never painted on canvas before, so it is a little different than like illustration board or something.
Yeah, it's the cheaper way to do it. And my brother was willing, and we spent an afternoon and just cut lots and lots of boards so that I had quite a bit to work with. Last year I had the goal to like paint basically a painting a month, and for the most part I did that. Sometimes I did double. I found it actually harder for me to probably paint in the summertime because I'm not home on a consistent basis, but I also have freedom in it, so kind of. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and put in my black background now for these trees that are in the background. Oh, I love that. Yeah. Do you need anything else with colors or anything? No. Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and start with the black, just making sure. I kind of have done a little bit, but I'm gonna kind of finish it. So it's like kind of airy, and she didn't really concrete put the like one strong black piece all the way up like a branch, like there's holes and miss points. So I feel like that's good enough for that. Then,
Yeah, mom.
oh, could you help her? Stop. She spilled it everywhere last time. Can you help her?
Like, oh, I
She spilled it all over the floor. It was intense. Okay, so now I'm gonna do this. Like,
When
this
I
is
walk
green.
no, I can't
Some
pull it.
nonsense, but-
Oh, you'll be for it. I can't.
well, you could, but you did mess up, so we just got to teach you.
No, you need to lay on before you shake it. A bit more.
Okay, so I'm gonna hit it right there. Okay, so that's, oh, can you guys see my screen okay?
Mom, if you
Oh, no. Oh, now we can.
Oh, why not? Okay, so I put in the black that I'm gonna put in for the branch. Do you wanna use this one because it's got black on it? And yeah. Okay, it doesn't matter to me. And then I'm gonna do the darker colors first and then put the lighters on top. So when I create the green, like I say, I really, really like this green ochre color or this yellow. I don't know what color it is. And then when you mix that with the blue, it like just gives you like this perfect color. It's just perfect. I don't know if you can really see, but I like it. So here we go. I'm gonna hit this. Really? So just anywhere where I saw that green color, just gonna go in and do it. And it goes all the way to this edge about right here.
That was the first one I was for that. Like, what when you
Mm-hmm.
do you know where I last left my suitcase? Maybe it's in the car.
I think I put it away in the garage. I don't know. Did you guys spend more time painting this morning before we hopped on, or just?
Well, I had hoped to, but I
Yeah.
wanted to get caught up, but I didn't. So I'm just barely like, and I decided that like my sky was too dark and
Yeah,
my
I did too.
that was too dark. So I just barely just like kind of lightened up my sky because you couldn't even see my mountains and some of the green was like blending into it.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Anyway, so I'm gonna put in my limbs. I'm kind of nervous. Like I don't really know what I'm doing, but I'm just doing it right
We're
now.
just having fun, keeping it light. And that's the thing too with painting. Like I just keep reworking things a lot.
Yeah,
And
at least
so
with
if you mess up,
do that, right?
yeah, and there's not really messing up. Okay, can you go tell him? Okay, go for it. And then we'll pour more. This is the fun part to me.
It's really nice.
Oh, is that Mom? Mom, is that you? Hi, Mom.
Hi.
Mute yourself. I think that there's some sound. They're weird. You working on it? Hmm. Okay, so I did the dark green. Next, I'm gonna do this more of a blue into it.
So I was curious, I do have a question for you, Jen.
Yeah, yeah.
So I was curious why we didn't color our board just blue, because I just noticing this has so much blue in it. So is there like a reason why like we just didn't do like the blue like when we did our sky and just did like a light blue wash? Why we did yellow instead?
Well, there is, when I've learned to paint, I don't know what I'm doing, but they always do that type of a yellow. And I think
Oh,
it brings in colors and like does certain things to the other colors as you're painting. So could you do
okay.
it with a blue? I'm sure you could, but I think that most artists are using that yellow color for some
Really?
reason. So I'm trying to
Okay. I was just like curious about that because like I never, like I said, I've never used acrylics. I've never painted on a canvas before. And then when I got thinking about it and we noticed, I'm like, there's so much blue. And so why didn't we just color the whole board blue? My sky at the same time.
Yeah,
So, but okay.
it's a good question. And I think it gives warmth to it and some different things. So
Okay.
okay. Okay, so I'm done with the blue color. Now I'm gonna try to make some more of a lighter green and getting some white.
So when yesterday, did you just put out a bunch of like greens and
Yes.
blues
And
and just
actually,
started?
I don't think it's a bad idea to like kind of give it just one flat color. But what I did instead, actually, what I normally do is do the dark colors and do more than what it says, because then when you're putting on the green, you can see it better. Like it works better. So, okay. I don't know if you guys can see these colors that I'm producing, but this is like a green to do on top of some of these.
I'm hearing a really weird sound. Like it sounds like someone's breathing into the mic or
It's
something.
my mom, I think.
Ah,
I love you. Can you push mute?
well,
You don't
I
have to-
don't know. I thought you could delete me or mute me.
I
I'm
have to go
so
over to the
sorry.
computer. Do you want me to?
No, I'll try. Let me see how
So
I
tap
do
the
it.
screen. You tap the screen and then you
What?
push the microphone X thing. If you want to say
Okay,
something,
got it. I'm sorry.
you're okay. If you guys have something to say, 100% talk. But if it's just background sound, then it's probably better not to. I'm gonna go more generous on this color because I'm gonna put like lighter accents on top of it. Hmm. Is that Ivory? Hey, Rex. Uh, okay. Take him water, please. I have to do this process twice. Okay, I'm gonna go for the minty green ocean. It's called Ocean Blue. Okay, so this is like a color that I really like. So I'll probably mix it with a little bit of green here from the other green that I had, and then I'll do like highlights with the pure colors. And I kind of like thick paint as well.
So you're making it have some texture. Is that what
Mhm.
you're Is the original painting a watercolor?
No, nope, that's an acrylic. This is the original.
Because like the top, when I look at the sky,
It
to me,
does look different, and I totally agree.
Yeah. But maybe because it's on a canvas, she was able to get that watery effect.
Yeah, I don't know what she did right there. Mhm. Morning. nice to check out your house. Welcome to the kitchen. I love this brush so much. Like I just put it down and it makes like the shape of a leaf. Kind of cool. But it's not even nice, like not a fancy brush. Mm,
Is your mom an artist too? Does she like to?
Totally. She has she's does oils. And
Oh,
I like oils. I used to in my younger days, I was like, oils are nothing, like acrylic's stupid. And I was
yeah,
kind of snobby about it. So, because what I found is like the chemicals that you have to use for it and it's just kind of harder to have it dry. Like this is for me easier to work with.
right.
And it's quicker. So I don't have to like wait for
Yeah.
times and things. So it's been really good once I made that switch and really tried to do it more. It's cheaper.
I've never done all, I've always been afraid of oils just because, yeah, it's like time consuming.
Mm-hmm.
Just so I was a watercolor girl because that was quick.
Well, and I haven't done watercolors much. I probably use too much water when I do it.
Have you guys done wet on wet watercolors with your kids?
No, tell me about it.
What is that?
So I buy this thicker paper. The thick painting paper is just a stronger paper. And then
Yeah.
what you do is in a basin of water, you soak the paper for about 5 or 10 minutes. And then you give them like 2 or 3 different color watercolor bowls of watercolors. And when they use the paintbrush, it spreads the color really beautifully. And they can kind of see how the colors mix to make other colors. It's very therapeutic. You can get a 12 by 12 slab of like wood from the store. Just so they have kind of wood to do it over because it can be very watery unless you're doing it outside, which you can do too. But when I was teaching at the Waldorf school, they did a lot of that painting with the wet on wet watercolors in kindergarten. It was really I do that every year with my students and my own kids. It's really fun.
That's really
It
cool.
makes a really pretty watercolor background. Like even if you did acrylic painting, like landscape, but in the back you did your first layer of wet on wet watercolors. It makes beautiful like backgrounds to landscapes.
Hmm. Really cool to know.
Yeah.
Well, that's why I was wondering if that's what they did on this one, just because the sky looked like watercolors to me.
It does to me too. In the sky.
Okay, I'm starting on my greens and blues, and I have no idea what I'm doing. How I'm gonna add all this.
Yeah, this is pretty fun. So like
And did you just paint like over the places did you kind of leave the places where you're gonna draw the daisies, like just kind of
no,
or did you just,
I want the background behind it, so I didn't do anything with it.
okay.
That's a good question.
And
Oh,
what kind of
let's do another one.
stroke are you using to like just
The what? What was the question?
like the stroke, or like what are you doing with your brush to
What for what part of the painting? What
I-
part?
in the part that you did yesterday? Because I'm behind.
So I used a brush like this. I don't know if you can see the shape. It's only on the part, but
Is it rounded?
no,
Round? No.
it does go to a point, but it's not super thin. But I would err on the side of smaller than bigger. In these background brush strokes, these are kind of smaller, but they're kind of thick, short. They're short, and then as you come down, they're longer, like long in those areas.
And did you start at the top then?
Yeah, oh yeah. I started at the top and worked my way down.
Okay.
Yeah, so
And you know how there's like kind of, it's like a light tannish, like almost
yeah.
pink color. How did you get that color?
You can use just white and then a little bit of brown, like so tiny, tiny, tiny.
Okay.
Just so that it's basically cream.
Gotcha. Okay.
Okay, so I think I'm almost done with this tree. Yeah, I'm basically done with that tree. So now I'm gonna work this tree a little bit better. How are you doing, Amanda? No, I like it. What part? I think mine's dark.
My trees are.
So I'm using just this bright color and then I made this to do some more light, like there's some more areas. Yeah, like the highlights really do make a difference. See it? Are you gonna paint? What are you coloring, Thea? You're just making it up? That's awesome.
That's his favorite.